Hello everyone, welcome to Gide Academy. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve radical equations. I've got two examples for you. Let's start with the first one. So here we have a term that has got a radical and we have two other terms without a radical. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move these two to the right hand side and leave the one with the radical just on the left hand side. So 3x plus 1. Here we have x minus 1. Alright, next we're going to square both sides. Now if I square this, it's just going to become 3x plus 1. Remember, because here, so if I have x squared, let's put that here, this means x squared times x squared, which just becomes x. And that's the reason why we just have only 3x plus 1 and the radical goes away. Now here we do need to expand, so that means x minus 1, and we're going to FOIL x squared, and x with minus 1 just gives you minus x, and here again minus x, and minus 1 times minus 1 is positive 1. So here we have plus 1. So let's copy that here on the right hand side. Alright, and let's collect like terms. So I'm going to move everything to one side. So 3 moves to the right hand side, becomes a negative. 1 moves to the right hand side, also becomes a negative. All that equals to 0. So here I have got x squared, negative 2x minus 3x gives me 5x. The plus 1 and minus 1 disappears, so I get 0. Now let's factor out x. So x equals x minus 5 equals to 0. So therefore x equal to 0. That's one solution. Another one is, let's solve this. So let's move 5 to the other side. So plus 5 plus 5, x equals to 5. So there are two solutions. One is x equal to 0, and the second is x equal to 5. Now it's always a good idea to check if these two numbers are actually solutions. So what I would do is I'm going to go to the original equation and then replace x by each of these numbers. So first one, when x is equal to 0, so here we have 3 times 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 equal to 0. Is this true? Well, 3 times 0 is 0 plus 1, so that's just going to be 1, and that is also plus 1 equal to 0. Well, this actually becomes, this is 1 plus 1. Oh, here we get 2. Oh, that doesn't work. Now let's try the second one. So x equal to 5. 3, 5 plus 1, 5 plus 1, then we get 0 here. 15 plus 1 is 16. Here 16, the square root of 16 is 4, minus 5 plus 1. Here I get minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. Alright, so that actually works. So then therefore the correct answer will be x equal to 5. Alright, so let's look at the second example, which I have here. Going to zoom out a bit. Alright, so in this case we're going to have to... Alright, so the first thing here you're going to do is, we have two terms that have with the radicals. So the first thing you would want to do is leave one radical on one side and then put the rest of the terms on one side. So I'm going to leave this one on the left hand side. So here I'm going to have square root of 2x minus 1 equals 2, and I'm going to move this to the side. It's going to become a plus square root of minus 4. Alright, so once you have it this way, you can now square. So it's really one of the things you don't want to do is you don't try and square this separately. It doesn't work. So the best approach would be to just leave one radical on one side and move everything to the other side. Now when you square this, it just becomes x minus 1 equals, now if you follow the same method as in here, when expanding this, you will get 4 plus 4 root x minus 4, and here you will get x minus 4. Alright, here let's collect like terms. So now one of the things I noticed is that actually I can cancel out this because I have plus 4 minus 4, and I'm going to move the x to the side, so it's going to become 2x minus 1 equals 4 x minus 4. Here I get x minus 1 equals 4 x minus 4. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to square again one more time both sides. So square both sides. Now if you do, be careful, this actually the 4 becomes 16 bracket x minus 4. Because why does it become? Because this just means 4 square root x minus 4 times 4 square root x minus 4. So these two 4s, 4 times 4 is what's giving us the 16, and square root of x minus 4, square root of x minus 4 times gives us just x minus 4. And here I'm going to expand this. Again, I'm going to get that here plus 1. So just make sure to properly expand this. Now here I've got 16x. If you multiply 16 by 4, you get 64. Here we have 2x minus 2. Sorry, there's no 2. Let's erase that, there's no 2 here. Just x squared minus 2x minus 16x. So I'm moving everything to the left hand side. Plus 1 minus plus 64 because it's a negative, so when it moves to the other side it's going to become a positive. So that's what I have. So let's just tidy this one up. So I have x squared, these two give me 18x, and this give me 15, sorry, 65, not 15, 65, all equal to 0. Alright, so let's factor this. Now here I have to ask myself two numbers that multiply to 65 and add up to 18, and that is, if you do, you get minus 5 and negative 13 here. So x, all that equal to 0 again, so x equals to 5 and x equals to 13. So these are the two possible numbers. So again, it's a really good idea to check if both numbers are actually correct or which one is the solution, right? And to do that, just plug in the values into here one at a time and see if you actually, if the left hand side equals to the right hand side. All right, okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Bye bye.